Welcome to Glowing Success. My name is Heidi and I am your host. This podcast is for beauty entrepreneurs. Join me weekly as we dive into the beauty industry's ins and outs, from business strategies, top-selling services, and taboo topics. I will be interviewing industry leaders with empowering stories and game-changing insights. Let's illuminate your path to success together. Let's jump into this next episode. Welcome to the PocketSuite Mini Series. This episode is brought to you by PocketSuite, the app helping independent beauty and wellness professionals simplify their business and stay connected with clients. Today, we're diving into Tara's elevated acne care. It's rooted in results and no medication needed. So Tara, she's the owner of Poppin Skin Spa. She helps clients get real, lasting results, and we'll also chat about how PocketSuite has supported her in growing her spa, her team, and creating a smooth client-first experience. Welcome, Tara.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here and to chat with you guys today. So it's going to be great.
Me too. I love this whole conversation because I personally have suffered from acne most of my adult life. I got acne in like my mid 20s and I still have issues to this day. So I'm kind of, even as an esthetician, I'm very curious of what your technique is and how you have helped your clients. But before we dive into all that, can you go into, how you got into the beauty world, how you got into acne, and how you started your business?
Yeah, so it's crazy. I didn't even know that I was going to be an esthetician, let alone a spa owner. I used to work at a hair salon in my city as like an assistant. And so I knew that my heart was in the beauty industry. I just didn't know where that actually lied. Like I didn't know if it was going to be, in hair or skin or whatever it was going to be. But I knew that I loved working with women and I knew that I loved helping people feel loved and helping people feel confident. That boss at the time had actually said she would pay for my tuition to go to cosmetology school. Interesting as that sounded and so tempting, I knew that I didn't want to do hair. So I asked her, I was like, hey, what else is there in the beauty industry exactly? And that's when she told me about aesthetics. So I ended up going to Mitchell's Academy in Cary, North Carolina, and that was probably the best decision I could have made for my life because once I got into school, of course, like they don't teach you niche. They just teach you the basics. So once I got in, I knew that like this was for me, aesthetics was what I was destined to do, but I didn't necessarily know that I would start a business out of it. I just knew that I was driven, I was passionate about skin, I was passionate about helping people. Like my previous career path idea was I wanted to be like a psychiatrist or a therapist. So like I knew that I loved to talk to people. I knew that I loved to connect with people on a one-on-one, but I had never owned a business before. I was working at Domino's Pizza while I was in beauty school. So I was just using that to fund what turned into Poppin Skin Spa. I started my business during COVID time, but it's just come to find out I have a business bone in my body that I didn't know was even possible because nobody in my family I don't come from a line of entrepreneurs. Like, I'm the first entrepreneur in my entire family. Yeah, after I opened up my business, I used my Instagram platform when I was in school to build my clientele. I had this much clientele, so small. And I ended up basically just promoting and self-promoting and self-promoting because my first suite was in a My Salon suite and it was a new construction salon suite. And with that being said, I think I had maybe like 4 to 5 months that I was able to kind of just gas the crowd up of like, hey, we're coming soon, we're coming soon, we're coming soon. And that talk got around the town. And once it got out, I had moved suites within like a year and a half, maybe less than that. I had moved up to a new suite down the hall because it was double the size and I was needing a bigger space for that client load that was coming. So I didn't know I would start popping skin. I was literally in my room one day and I was like, what makes people feel confident? I'm gonna be popping pimples all day. What's something catchy? How can I like put this together? And that's when Poppin Skin was formed in a nutshell.
Wow. I love it. I love that you're like, I posted online. I got people hyped up because I talk about that often of people want to see the journey. People want to be brought along. People want to be in that messy middle, so to speak. But I love how you were like, I basically just followed what was feeling right. You know what I mean? And like you resonated with people in the connection piece. Like I love that too because that is the service industry in a nutshell, right? We want to connect with our clients. How did you become known as the acne expert? And like what inspired you to focus on acne specifically?
So just like you had said about struggling with acne, I literally have no makeup on right now because I take pride in like showing true skin, especially being an esthetician that's very acne prone. I had struggled with acne since I was about 15. I've been on and off birth control, on and off medications, on and off topicals that just never worked. Basically, maybe 2 years into my career, I finally made the decision. I was like, I'm going to niche down. I'm tired of, I quickly got tired of the like, one-stop shop. That wasn't for me. I appealed to everybody, and that's not always something that you want in the beauty industry. You want to find your target market. You want to find that audience that really you can connect with, that needs your services, and they're just not coming in for just say a quick, they know that you do this, that, and the third, and then you start to appeal to too many people and it just gets blurry, right? So I niched down. I took my story and I used that as a really, really strong pressure point when it comes to why my business is different, why I'm different as an esthetician and spa owner. It was my own struggle with acne. I got Face Reality Skincare certified as an acne expert with them when I was, like I said, 2 years in. We're going to be on year 5 in March of next year. So it's been a while that I've used them and loved them. And once I realized the results that I could get with that line and with the techniques that I was taught, I was able to like put my own spin on some protocols. I was able to do more research and just get like a deeper understanding and excitement and hunger for treating acne, especially because I saw so many of my clients before I was an acne expert. They were coming in and they were needing this care that I just wasn't educated on them how to give. I wasn't educated on how to give it to them. Would say that for the first year of my career, I just struggled to figure out like who I was in the industry and what I wanted people to know me by and how I wanted them to know me by. In comes like personal experience, in comes clients needing help, and in comes passion to want to serve others in that way. And seeing people actually have a new sense of confidence whenever they leave the treatment room and they're clear. That just kept gassing me and boosting me up. It's like, okay, I have to keep learning. I have to keep growing in this because this is my bread and butter, and this is what's going to take my business to the next level. It's been a journey.
Yeah, it definitely has. I think that journey is actually perfect. I mean, it's you're taking it from a place of like I dealt with this. I love that you niche down. I talk about this a lot with my coaching clients of like eventually your industry experience, eventually your career will niche you down because like exactly what you said, your passion comes out. You kind of find, I don't know, just a pathway that just feels like it's a good fit. That's amazing. Thank you for sharing that, by the way. Because I know like having acne and speaking for myself is like it can be a little bit hard, especially as an esthetician, especially being in the beauty industry. So I think, I always tell people like be real and honest with your clients about that as well. Because when I have been real and honest with my clients about my acne journey, I actually attracted a ton of clients that way. And I wasn't even meaning to. I was like more of a lash person, people. But okay, so I want to know a little bit more about what you do. Obviously, your face reality, acne expert. You've taken that course, which I hear amazing things about. What techniques or like what things do you do to help your client through that journey and through that acne journey? Like, what does it look like when a client comes to you?
The thing that I take a lot of pride in is education, home care education, skincare knowledge. Like, I think if you continuously stay educated and you truly put your best foot forward when it comes to knowing the ins and outs of like the intricate details of why the skin concern is happening in the first place, X, Y, and Z, that like your results will not only speak for themselves, but just be 10 times more efficient, 10 times more just beautiful. It'll just be so much more easy to get the result that you're looking for when you know the whole ins and outs of the skin concern you're treating. So I personally like to use, obviously in person with my clients, any technique that can lower inflammation. I love using ice globes. I love doing LED. I love doing high frequency. Face Reality has amazing peels that we use. I offer a treatment called Acne Boot Camp. So Acne Boot Camp is for the clients that are coming in on a biweekly basis to get those certain enzymes and peels, and they're just significantly helpful to any type of acne, closed comedones, open, inflamed, non-inflamed. It's been a game changer. And then for the on the flip side, like when they go home, I make sure that they have a detailed list of like maybe food related things, obviously staying within scope, but just making sure that they know like acne triggering foods and making sure they know how stress correlates to triggering acne and what hormones throw off certain oil glands and productions of oil. Like I'm trying to give them as much knowledge and education as possible. So knowledge is power, and I like to really, really hone in on aftercare, why you're on it, what it's doing for your skin, and just keeping my clients knowledgeable and engaged in their clearing process. Because if they don't enjoy it, they're not going to do it. And I feel like on the clients that maybe I've in the past like rushed through their routine and I'm just like, hey, this cleanser, this moisturizer, this sunscreen, they come back and I'm like, so how's it going? They're like, oh, I haven't even opened it yet. But then I'll talk to my clients now, once I've learned that education is king, then I'm able to like really slow down and explain all the intricate details of why you're using this, why are you using that, why is this topical different from one from the derm, why is this topical more gentle and effective, X, Y, and Z. So home care, I like to just use the technique of just in person, deeply exfoliating but hydrating treatments, home care education.
Yeah, I love that. And honestly, I love that you do like a boot camp because it really puts it in their mind that this is something that they're going to follow. This is something that's going to get them to an end result, right? Because people kind of think of boot camps like similar to working out, right? So it's like, we have to think of it like this is necessary to get those results. And then once they're on board with that mindset, they're going to be more on board with like home care because they know for sure that is going to help them with those results. And I love that because, and I love that I feel like this, and you didn't say this exactly, but I feel like when you're talking to them and educating to them about the products, like you're almost making it seem like this is what we're doing. Like you have, you know what I mean? Like, yes, it's a conversation, it's gentle conversation, but you are like, hey, this is why this isn't working for you, but I have stuff that does. So I love that too, because, I think a lot of times clients, when they're confused, especially about their skin, they're piecing together a lot of things and you're making it simple. You know what I mean? So, okay. So what have you found is the biggest misconception clients have about treating acne?
So I think that the biggest misconception that I have seen in the treatment room is like, well, there's two that come to mind. One, that clearing your skin naturally without medication is going to take longer than if you were to just go to the derm. Second, it would be like drying your skin out to its no end is going to help acne clear faster. So my clients, there is a common denominator with all of them, and it's time. Like they want it now. They want it now. And I can't blame them. We're in a time where it's like everything is popcorn. It's like you get this, you get this, you get this so quick. I have to bring them back down to earth sometimes and tell them like, hey, I love y'all, but it's not going to happen overnight. It's not even going to happen in a week. It might not even happen in two. So at the end of the day, I think that those are the top two that I see. And it's crazy because the same amount of time that you would have gone to get a very, very harsh topical or Accutane or any oral antibiotic for your acne, it could be taking double or triple or quadruple the time than if you were to just hone in on the areas of your life that could be going into overdrive, your poor sleep schedule, your poor diet, blue light exposure before bed. There's so many things that just play a role in like putting your body under so much stress, and your skin is the largest organ that's going to expel those kind of things in your body. So when I tell my clients, I'm like, hey, you're going to the derm, you're seeing them for this acne that can be treated in a holistic manner. You're going to have to get on a treatment protocol with them that's going to take this, if not the same amount of time, longer than if you were to just really address the root problem. And a lot of times, I hate to say it, but I see clients come to me, failed attempts of Accutane, failed attempts of doxycycline, failed attempts of clindamycin, tretinoin, all these things. We need to realize that since acne is a disorder of the pores, it's an inherited disorder. It can't be treated with cosmetics and, I mean, drugs that are just going to honestly prolong the issue. So a lot of my clients like, I took Accutane 4 years ago and I got clear in a year. Is it going to take that long? I get my clients clear in 3 to 6 months, very much depending on if the client is compliant. Those are the top two misconceptions I see. And drying out acne is like the oldest one in the book. They're like, let me scrub my skin with 3-in-1. Let me get the St. Ives scrub, like anything just to scrub it away. And it's like, you can't erase acne. Acne needs love. And that's like a very staple in my business and in my mission really is like fall back in love with the way that your skin looks no matter what, and fall back in love with knowing that your skin and your body is here to protect you. Like I think a lot of clients think that acne is something to be ashamed of. And I always tell them, I'm like, people who don't have acne but may have some internal issues don't have the same radar alert system that we have as acne prone individuals. And that radar alert system is your acne, and it's telling you something's wrong inside. Because I know plenty of people with flawless skin who have gut dysbiosis, high stress, anxiety, depression, all these things, and you're not able to tell because there's no outward symptoms. But then internally, there's so many things going on in the acne prone body that it shows in our pores. And then it's a whole thing. But I just feel like bringing clients, reeling them back in and having them understand that acne is not something to hate about yourself and to hate about, the journey. And yes, it's going to take time, as did anything. Acne didn't form overnight, so it's not going to disappear overnight. It's not going to get treated overnight. It takes time. But I see that so many times. Can I dry my acne out? Is this going to help dry my acne out? Or how long is it going to take because I can go to my derm and get cleared in, 6 months to a year. But I'm like, I can get you significant results in 3 to 6 months. I can get you clear in 6 months max, if you follow what I'm saying. But it's going to take harder work than if you were to go to a derm.
Yeah. And it's going to be longer lasting. That's really the one thing that I kept on hearing was like, yes, we have all these quick fixes out here. I mean, I've even heard, which is horrible, but
Yeah.
I've even heard people going to sun tanning beds. They're like, well, every time I go to the tan, and I'm like, no. Or just, yeah, myself, I love that clean feeling because when you have issues with acne, it's, usually oil production sometimes will go along with it. And so we're always looking for that clean feeling and then we resonate with the bacteria. Anyway, so like I feel you,
Yeah.
but you healed something inside of us. I'm sure you guys can, you know, maybe resonate with this, but when you said, just love your skin, love your body, how it is, and go through that transition and show up anyway. Like I think there's something really real and raw about that. Like people need to be on that journey. And then they're going to
Right.
get to the other side and those results are going to be there. Now, one thing I hear a lot of times in the industry is people have a really hard time putting their clients onto regimens, right? So obviously, if you have a first time client or even this is their second appointment, maybe even third, sometimes people are hesitant to jump on board. Now, mind you, it's all about what you're talking about in your consultations. It's all about, how you're bringing them through that journey. But if somebody's listening and let's say they have those issues that they're like, you know what, I just have a really hard time with selling things or getting people to, go on to this regimen. What would you say? Like, do you start just with one product with your clients? Do you tell them there's this trial kit? Like, how do you go about doing that?
That's a great question. So I, in the beginning, was the same way. I was extremely nervous. I didn't want to come off salesy. And I knew that there's something very taboo. I feel like that we don't talk about in the industry of like we have to profit and we have to make money as spa owners, but we're making money off of somebody else's insecurity or making money off of somebody else's X, Y, and Z. And that's why when I was just saying before, we turn that insecurity into something that to be proud of and not even being proud of, but just don't be ashamed of. And so now, as a spa owner who does pretty much sell more retail than I do services, it's been a huge part of my business, and growing. It's been a huge part of my business while we've been growing. I tell my clients, first and foremost, like I am the walking billboard for the business. So I tell my clients, like, hey, these are my results from using X, Y, and Z. So I tell them my experience and them seeing my skin transformation. They're like, okay, I trust. It's all about trust. It's all about trust. And of course, you want to close your sale. But when clients see the value in what you're prescribing and they know why it works, and that goes back to client education and knowledge and skincare knowledge, they're much more likely to buy. And also getting a deeper understanding of like how your client buys. Like, are they an emotional buyer? Are they a logical buyer? And catering to that and not taking advantage of that. I think that's really important and ethical in the industry to do. But I personally will give my clients two options. If the client it comes in is pretty hesitant, I can tell they're like, I've gone to estheticians before, they've messed up my skin, completely don't trust anybody. Who are you and why should I trust you kind of thing. I use that appointment to give complete like open and honest conversation about what they've been through. I'm a great listener. I want to show them that I like care, and that I appreciate them and that I want to help. When you're your authentic self, it kind of just falls back into your lap with sales and with how to prescribe certain things, right? So throughout the appointment, I'm giving education. And then at the end, let's say they still feel a little bit hesitant. I always say, like, let's just start off with a basic three-step routine: your cleanser, your moisturizer, and your sunscreen. And I tell them the importance of all three. If the client is like, hey, I don't care what the price is, take my card, I have money to spend, then I'm like, okay, so let's start with this. We're going to start with a cleanser, a toner, a treatment serum, a moisturizer, and a sunscreen. If we need to add in any other extra funsies, masks, whatever, then we'll do that. For the average person that I would say that is like nervous to sell or nervous to come across salesy, be yourself. Make sure that you have your own case studies, whether that be with models, friends, families, yourself, that you've already used the products and that you've personally touched them, felt them, smelt them, know all the texture, and you know everything about them, so you feel more confident selling them. It'll be a lot easier not to come off in like a salesy, hey, you need this, hey, you need this, hey, you need this. Because now when I'm prescribing things and I'm like, hey, you actually need this, you actually need this, and you actually need this, whether it's seven products or two, I feel confident in saying that, and the client is more receptive and is able to actually make a confident purchase and is excited to go home and use it.
Yeah, I agree. And that's why consultations are so important too, right? We start that conversation, we start them, we get them, excited about that connection, and you really resonate with that connection first. But I love this. It's coming from an authentic place. It's coming from a place of, those people are already there for a reason, right? So generally speaking, especially if you're marketing yourself as like an acne expert, these people are probably attracted to that because they want results, right? So that's where a little fact finding can go into hand. But that's also why going into your niche, people, works so well. Now, obviously, when it comes to acne and just, care in general, we have to stay in tune with our clients. We have to stay in touch with our clients. Let's shift gears a little bit and kind of talk a little bit more about business stuff and client communication. How did you first hear about PocketSuite?
So I was on the hunt to find the best platform for my clients. I think that client experience is extremely important. I think that like making the transition from going on the website, finding the service, checking out, adding add-ons should be completely simple and like a no-brainer, very easy to do. I can't stand going on a website. It doesn't matter where I'm at, what I'm shopping for, and there's just too many things. It's too much. It's too much and it's overwhelming. So I was on the hunt. But I came across PocketSuite and I was attracted to how they had an esthetician version and they had an esthetician platform specifically for estheticians. And I'd never seen a platform like that. And I was like so appreciative of that because I just felt already seen and heard. And I think I had a meeting with two of the team members from PocketSuite. I was just blown away with like my questions got answered extremely fast. The customer service was out of this world. I'm an easy sale. If anybody who knows me, all my clients know this, my friends and family know this, now you do. I'm an easy sell, but that alone is like what set it off for me because I love customer service. I love when I'm treated well. I loved that there was like so many options in the esthetician like portal and like desktop version, everything. It was awesome. And my clients loved it. I loved how it's downloadable for them to communicate with me. I don't have to use like my own personal cell. Yeah, it was amazing. I don't recall exactly how I found them, but I'm just so glad that I did.
I love it. I mean, I hear this so much too of how their customer service is amazing. And I will say, like, when you're trying something new, especially when it comes to the organization or your clients, it's really vital that we have somebody that helps us along. It's really vital that that company that we're, hopefully trusting in is going to help us and guide us because, like, being a business owner or also just being a service provider can be a little bit lonely, right? Like, we're trying to figure all these things out by ourselves generally. And so that is so helpful. Or if something does and happen to go wrong, or if something is a little too confusing or whatever, that customer service journey so important for the business side. And I hear a lot about where the client experience is really, seamless. Like they don't notice anything that's out of the ordinary for what they're interacting with other apps and things like that. Have you noticed, so because it's so easy for your clients, have you noticed there's a huge impact on your client retention or your growth after you started using PocketSuite?
100%. So I have noticed that, like, especially through saved messages, a few favorite features on Pocket Suite, one of them being saved messages, since I'm able to like so quickly send out thank yous, or before your appointment, don't forget this, or welcome to the team kind of thing. Clients love that. It feels very personalized because I make it personalized, and Pocket Suite allows me to do that. And I've noticed that like a higher retention rate using Pocket Suite than any past platforms, and I've only used one when I first started. I will just say that like it's been a significant and obvious. I love the reports on there as well. I'm able to see just like how my growth is over the years, but I've just been able to tell that like people, you can see when your clients are downloading the app as well. You can see when clients are interacting. I haven't used this option yet, this feature, but I know there's a like a live chat as well, so you can see when they actually are chatting. I just use a regular chat for now, but I know that my clients are loving it because they keep booking. I know that my clients are loving the business because they keep booking and they're loving me. But all in all, like if it wasn't easy, they'd be coming in my DMs asking me, hey, how do I book? Hey, can I book? Can you book me manually? And nobody asked that because Pocket Suite just makes it that simple. But saved messages have like saved my life when it comes to just like customer care, customer service in general, especially because I'm like back to back in the treatment room and don't have all the time in the world to answer. But if I make pre-saved messages that are customized to whatever I want to say to the client, it makes them feel cared for, and I think they can appreciate that, and it just keeps them coming back.
Yeah. And it really is like that extra care. Like you said, like it's like that leverage of care that maybe they're not getting in any other business that they interact in. And I love that. And I love that you can save them. And from what I understand, you can also schedule that, right? Like you can have it happen at certain times or after their appointment or before they come in even. I love this. So that your favorite feature is the scheduled messages.
My favorite would have to be package deals. Well, I don't know if that's
Oh.
yeah. So package deals first, followed by saved messages. Why package deals first? I have just recently brought on microneedling services, perfect derma peels, things like that, things that are more results driven that need a package. I always tell my clients like one treatment is a treat, six is a treatment. So, with that being said, using their package deals, it just creates such a seamless and inviting way for clients to like get those treatments paid for up front and successfully just come in and don't have to worry about anything. And it brings in revenue for my business. It helps with client retention as well because now clients know that they have something booked out. You've bought six packages, that's going to last you 6 months. You're going to need to come in every month. So it helps with retention, it helps with revenue, and it helps with client consistency.
Yeah. And we are bringing them on a journey, especially when it comes to acne, right? So I
Yeah.
love that. And it's easy. They don't have to think about it. Like it's already just
Right.
going to be taken out. It's already going to be scheduled, hopefully, before they leave. Like there's all, oh, I love that too. Now, what would you suggest or what advice would you give to a new spa owner that wants to focus on acne?
If there was a new spa owner that came my way and said that I want to focus on acne, I would first say do all the research that you possibly can on acne and the acne lines on the market. And I mean, even going down to like drugstore brands, because I know you're going to get a lot of pushback being an acne expert on, well, this CeraVe treatment or this so-and-so treatment from Walmart is $5 and you're trying to sell me something for 30. So why should I buy with you? I think that, like I said, knowledge is king, education is king, and it's going to not only prove to yourself that you are who you say you are when it comes to being an acne expert, but it's also going to show your clients that you know your stuff, you're knowledgeable and trustworthy, and the wisdom that you carry through the aesthetics industry and through being an acne expert is going to be differ. It's going to differ than TikTok giving you a recommendation on which CeraVe treatment is the best. And I feel like I would do all the research you can, give yourself grace, find a brand or a skincare course to partner up with and team up with and learn from. Get a mentor, get a mentor, get a mentor. Because I'm telling you, it's lonely out here, like you said. It's tough. I had been solo for 4 years. I brought on my first hire last year sometime. I brought on my first personal assistant. And then towards the beginning of this year, I brought on my first esthetician. So we're a small but mighty team. And before I was completely alone. And even though I am the leader and the head of the business, like I still need someone to turn to and I still need someone to look up to. And so finding community also within the acne like community, there are plenty of Facebook groups to join and to learn from. I would just do all the research that you possibly can and give yourself time to grow and give yourself time to make mistakes. Of course, you don't want to be making mistakes on paying clients. That's why like models are great, like people, friends and family are great. People are very, very gracious when they know you're first starting out and you're trying to get your case studies up and you're trying to learn how to clear acne because it's not something you can just close your eyes and do until you get to that point where you can close your eyes and really do it and you know your stuff like the back of your palm. So it's like it's just going to take time and give yourself grace through that.
Yeah, I agree. And honestly, that's why I became a business coach because after growing my own spa and then I've had a business coach the whole time, like I grew exponentially or even a mentor. Like you have to bounce those ideas off people and you have to be able to, I don't know, not feel like you have to make every decision by yourself. And I totally agree with like knowledge of getting even the drugstore brands, because you're going to have a lot of your clients coming to you that are coming from those brands as well. So I love it. Okay, so we are embarking on the new year, right? And so, what is new and exciting at Poppin Skin Spa?
Two things that jump right at me that I want to throw at you guys that's coming for 2026 at Poppin Skin Spa. First and foremost, we may be late, but we're right on time. We are dropping like our first like subscription slash membership program. So clients can come in on like a monthly membership, pay us a certain fee, and then come in and just enjoy all these perks. And I'm hoping that this creates a VIP feel because I'm always wanting to elevate the client experience, and I feel like I want to take it to the next level with memberships. And then this is like top secret stuff. So I'm glad that I'm here today to share this, but I'm actually working to get my IHP certification. So that stands for Integrative Health Practitioner. And that's just going to take it up to the whole next level when it comes to like nutrition and health and wellness and just overall figuring out how really does the internal and the external work together and how does acne play a role in internal and external health. Me taking this step to further my education in like holistic health and wellness in general is the closest thing that I can get to nutrition doctor stuff, but without being a doctor because we're not a doctor. I'm not here to diagnose. I'm just here to treat concerns, and my main concern being acne for me and my clients, and figure out like what correlation that plays in because there's so much to know about acne. And I feel like I have done what I can with my aesthetics license. And I feel like it's time to get a new training under my belt, new certificate. And who knows, there might be new licenses in the future, but I definitely at this time like am doing what I can to pass this course and to be an integrative health practitioner.
That's exciting. Ah, and
Yeah.
your clients are going to appreciate that because you're going to turn into more of a one-stop shop, right? Like
Yeah.
they're not going to have to necessarily reach out to another professional for that. So, oh my
Right.
gosh, that's so
Thank you.
exciting.
Yeah.
Congrats on that. Okay,
Thank
so you have so many cool things and you've given so much great knowledge. If people are wanting to connect with you, where can they find you?
So I have a few platforms on TikTok and Instagram. It's Poppin Skin by Tara. We have like our team page. It's Poppin Skin Spa on Instagram. And then if you guys ever want to just learn more about us, learn more about my story, learn more about the team, or shop our skincare products, then it's www.poppinskinspa.com.
And of course, all of those will be in the show notes. So all you have to do is just go down to the show notes and click on it, and it'll take you right there. Well, thank you, Tara, for sharing your story and sharing about how Pocket Suite has enhanced your business.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been amazing. I am just wishing everybody out there a happy holiday and making sure that you, like I said, give yourself grace in this industry and just keep rocking because it's literally the best industry. Personally, maybe we're biased, but to be a part of, and I feel super honored that God has allowed me to meet and connect with so many like-minded acne experts and even besides that, spa owners and estheticians and just beauty professionals in general. It's been amazing. Thanks for having me, Heidi.
Thank you. I agree. And thank you for listening. To learn more about how Pocket Suite can help you streamline your business, check out the link in the show notes. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, I'd love for you to leave a review. It really helps more people find the show. And if you know someone who'd also enjoy it, share it with them or tag me on Instagram so I can thank you. New episodes come out every week, so be sure to subscribe so you never miss one. See you next time.